Hey, remember how last week Butler thought it was a good idea to take a bunch of gunpowder and put it in a bolt hulk and then float that next to Fort Fisher and explode it, and then it didn't do anything but waste a bunch of gunpowder? Well, he does the same thing-ish when he takes a whole bunch of gunpowder, puts it in the canal, and then blows it up trying to connect the canal with the river, and it doesn't go over all so well. Hello and welcome to Civil War in Hindsight. I'm Lieutenant Tommy. With me, as always, is my very best friend, Prospector Johnny. And Johnny, I hope we got all the kinks worked out in our
I think so.
filming.
Yes, we'll test, but I think I have ironed out the wrinkles. I think I have, I think what happened was they disconnected the telegraph lines
that could have been it
on one of the raids.
Yeah,
and I was probably just it might not even been a raid, just some teenagers or something. But I think that screwed it up. So I think we're back on track.
That's good.
I think we should be good.
All right, good. Well, I've got a new perks of the arsenal being built. I actually, you notice I don't have any notes in my hand. My notes are being held by Corporal Timothy Chalamet, who is little Corporal Tim. Corporal Timmy is now holding my notes for me, so I don't have to hold any notes for myself.
I think we might need some evidence that it is a corporal being paid, presumably, and not slave labor.
I assure you, it's not. Why would it be? That would not be. Have you not watched the better part of this whole for the last couple of, I'm not just participating in that.
Power corrupts people.
Yeah, no, it's a corporal.
Want this
Corporal Timmy
new cushy job to change you.
It might have already changed me. Johnny, well, this week, let's get into it. It's going to open up on the 30th with heads rolling after the Wilmington fiasco. Lincoln is going to indicate that he wants Butler to be removed from command of the Army of the James because, well, that boat hulk explosion didn't go over so very well. And Francis, Johnny, and way back when this whole war started, there was a politician/journalist. He was kind of a self-proclaimed politician. He's not actually a part of any official cabinet. He's not a congressman. He's nothing but just some dude who likes to hang out at the White House. His name is Preston Blair. He's going to go down. He's going to reach out to Traitor President Davis and say, hey, I've got permission from Lincoln to talk to you about potential ceasefire and peace negotiations, which I need to be clear here. He has no connection.
Okay.
Yeah, he's not being sent in any official capacity by Lincoln. No.
This is an insane person who has just been hanging out.
Just been hanging out around the White House
trying to end the war.
Yep.
I respect that he's trying to end the war.
Yeah, that part's good.
I'm on board with that.
Yeah.
I think maybe have some authority first.
Yeah, that might be the first step. First step that you go.
Don't lie. Don't make stuff up.
Yeah, that might be the first step of the many steps.
What's the play?
I've no idea. None. In any case, Johnny, the year is going to come to an end.
They don't believe this, right? They don't believe. They just say, "No, you're a crazy person. Go away." Right?
Well, we'll get there. We'll get there. Year's going to come to an end, Johnny, with not a whole lot happening. Just some pop shots out in Sharpsburg, Kentucky, and as the new year begins, it's going to begin with some federal fighting against guerrillas in Arkansas because. Why not?
No days off,
There's no days off. Lincoln, he does get himself a day off. He gets to sit around the White House doing the whole New Year's festivities, which I'm sure is just the absolute worst of just lobbyists trying to buy jobs and buy Lincoln off, and him having to sit there and pretend that he gives a shit about any of these people and ignore the fact that we're still out of war that's been going on for almost 4 years at this point. Well, whatever.
Hey, I have an idea. Not that he has complained about this in any way, but you don't want that kind of attention, don't take the job.
That might be.
It's a president that comes with it.
That might be.
What do you want?
That might be one. Johnny, but we're going to get some New Year's fireworks because Butler, he's been working on a canal called the Dutch Gap Canal, which is supposed to connect a portion of the James River and bypassing a portion of the James River for better transport, better attack on Confederate positions, better whole let's get at Petersburg thing.
Sure. Okay.
So he's been working on this canal. it's almost finished. And on the 1st, his idea to finish the canal is to blow through that last little bit between, with the part that's already been dug and connected into the James River with about 12,000 pounds of black powder.
Why not just continue the way they've been going?
It? I don't know. It's New Year's festivities, so he packs that gunpowder
because they didn't want it to cave in on the guys, or what? Because if that's the case, just use the newer guys.
He packs that hole with some gunpowder right at the mouth there, and on the 1st of January, he sets it off, sending dirt 50 feet in the air, injuring a few, killing a few, and then the canal actually just collapses in on itself, and the entire project is abandoned. Butler, we can learn 2 things.
Shucks.
Butler, not an explosive expert. That's what we can learn from the last 2 weeks.
No, he does not know doesn't know his dynamite.
And number 2, the Union apparently has such a plethora of gunpowder that we can give it to Butler to just waste.
That's how many bullets would that have made?
A ton.
Or
that's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. Yeah.
A lot.
That's a lot. Yeah.
Just wasted. And not only wasted, also ruined something else they were working on. Because it'd be one thing if, the boat, last week when you just blew up sand. Fine, you blew up sand. That sucks. It didn't do anything. But, whatever. This time, he friggin', wasted all that gunpowder and ruined a project.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is he done? Fired? Demoted?
Johnny.
Reassigned? Something?
Rumors are that he's gonna be, but that's not this week. That's not as of right now. He's still in command. And speaking
God bless it.
Speaking of him, actually there's calls for him to be put in command of Kentucky for some reason.
Who's
Kentucky? Kentuckians are calling for him to be put in charge of the state. At which point, Lincoln...
Kentuckians who have not...
Yeah, Lincoln...
heard about his latest... news hasn't gotten out to them,
okay.
I assume?
Or
they can't read, probably?
So Butler's a bit of a political figure here. And is a kind of a popular political figure for some reason. And so maybe his appointments were all political as opposed to actual military talent. And so Lincoln responds listen, you guys were howling at me to put him in charge of Louisiana when we took over Louisiana. And I did. And then 10 minutes later, you were howling at me to get him the hell out of there because he was doing such a bad job. Then you were howling at me to put him in command of military, armies, which I did. And then you were howling at me to get rid of him because,
there's no
gunpowder.
This is, there's nobody better, right?
Yeah,
nobody better can do this. This is, I'm sorry, we're going to leap into the future.
Yeah.
This is NFL coaches is what this is. This is John Gruden being rinsed, recycled, and repeated over and over again and just failing. He had one success.
Yeah.
And then just failure.
Yeah.
And people just, no, we'll try him. We'll give him a shot. Friggin' Bill Belichick's kid, whatever the hell. Or no, his little assistant, his defensive guy.
Yeah, it's that guy. Yeah, it's this over and over and over again.
It's just throwing him around.
And so Lincoln basically responds
he can't do the job. Don't quit hiring him.
Yeah, Lincoln basically responds if I put him in Kentucky, how long is it going to take for you guys in Kentucky to go get him the hell out of here? So no, we're just not going to do that. Now, also on the second, we've got some action at Mobile, Alabama, with Union troops operating against the Ohio and Mobile Railroad. And meanwhile, Trader President Davis suggests that Beauregard should be removing Hood from command of the Army of Tennessee, or at least what I should say is left of the Army of Tennessee, because there's not a whole lot left.
Yeah.
On the 3rd, we're going to see another expedition getting ready to go against Wilmington and Fort Fisher with another combined Army-Navy expedition. It seems like the first thing didn't work, so let's try it again, because why not?
Sure. I mean, that's what we do, right? It's just...
Yeah, that's exactly what we do. On the 4th...
Give it another go. Try harder.
Right? On the 4th, we're going to see that expedition embark from Bermuda Hunter with Major General Alfred H. Terry now in command of the infantry forces, or the infantry portion, with Admiral Porter still being in command of the entire naval operations, including the Marines that are there as well. And Johnny, this week is going to come to an end on the 5th with a much needed whimper. Just quiet, not a lot
No.
going on.
Oh, nice. Maybe do that like on a holiday where people expect it, so they can enjoy the day.
Yeah, they didn't enjoy that.
know?
No, we get the needed whimper now. There's some more self-proclaimed peace delegates from Washington trying to meet with Trader President Davis. I assure you, none of those are legit peace delegations.
Can we arrest these people? This has to be illegal.
It should be, right?
Like this should, if it's not, Congress needs to get into action because it should absolutely be a federal crime to try to negotiate with a hostile nation some sort of made-up peace treaty on behalf of the president.
Yeah, it should definitely
on behalf of the president, which is because not actually.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell? Like, arrest these men.
It should be something. That is for sure. It should be something. And the other really note that I have is that Trader President Davis is dealing with a lot of desertions, and apparently his new draft is very controversial and is starting to have some people be a little hostile to that. Oh no, poor Trader President Davis. That's it for this week in Silver in Hindsight. If you enjoy Silver in Hindsight, check out Historic Hindsight. We do all kinds of fun things. We've got shorts, which I'm sure you've seen. A lot of you have discovered that I can, in fact, play the bugle. Not all that well, but keep in mind, I haven't picked that instrument up since I was in high school, over 20 years ago. So the fact that I still can buzz a note is pretty impressive. Hey, you guys!
I completely forgot.
You guys wanna learn how to, like, some bugle calls from the Civil War? I can start doing some shorts on that. Yeah, I can totally do some of those as best as I can. Because why not? Johnny says yes. Oh, we got other things. We got long format videos.
Little drummer boy. I want you.
I don't know how to. I don't. That's
you can
Johnny,
figure it out.
That's nothing.
Golly, watch a YouTube video.
I don't have a.
And check us out on YouTube.
I don't
Hindsight.
have a drum.
Wait, that's where we are.
We are on that. Yeah. There. And then we got long format videos, which we haven't done any in a little bit. I promise.
Well, that's my fault.
Assuming this is
a lot of recording issues.
Assuming this is recording issues are fixed, we'll have one on President Johnson.
I think they are. We're gonna check.
Check us out. Oh, Patreon! If you enjoy us, support us on Patreon.
Mm-hmm.
We did get that started. There's not a lot there yet, but there's a chat room. It's available if you pay us $1 a month. Very small entry fee.
Yep.
$5 a month gets you exclusive behind-the-scene content with me and Johnny just bantering about everything that we hate in life, and there'll be some reloading content. I'm in the process.
Are you gonna start that this week? Is it gonna be like? Are you gonna? Because I'm gonna have to stop recording here for a minute.
Maybe Johnny. We always have bantering in between, but we'll.
But hey, that Patreon is for the people who are still here right now.
Yes.
Like that's really who. It's not really. The people watching.
And for everybody,
you should advertise to them too, but it's going to be.
And for everybody who's like, you should talk about this gun and you should talk about that gun, I will donate to Patreon and I can buy some.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's like the place where you can straight up just ask questions.
Oh yeah,
too.
yeah. Like, we'll do
and get like legitimate answers from probably because you don't give a shit about me, Lieutenant Tommy. Will tell you whatever the hell you want to know, how you think about. Or what he thinks about whatever freaking gun you want to know what he wants to think about. Because I don't know any other guns, so.
Well, and I don't know modern guns.
He'll tell you. You can ask him.
That's not. But yeah, I can. Yeah. Somebody was wanting me to do a whole like live or a video of all the guns that I own in my entire collection. That's going to have to be alive.
No, that the government doesn't. The government does not need that. That's going to have to be
alive at some point. There's a few.
That's a little bit of a you don't need to know situation.
There's a few. Well, and the problem is there's like what I have in my personal collection. There's what I have access to. There's what I'm...
Right.
Because I have some of my stuff on loan to my dad. Some of my dad's stuff's on loan to me. Like, depending on what we're doing at any given moment.
How do you guys keep track of all that shit? Do you have a list?
I keep track of it. My dad has no... right now, everything that...
I would... forget so fast.
Everything that my dad has given me right now, he's forgotten. So I could just be like, oh no, I don't have X, Y, Z.
I've got like 7 cameras, and I'm not sure I could tell you every one that I have.
Yeah, I can tell you every.
I mean, I probably could if I thought about it, but like I'd probably forget about one that I had somewhere.
Not only can I tell you every gun I have, I can tell you in the exact position in the vault that they are in.
Which is good. I mean, that's a responsible gun owner.
Autism.
That's well, and that's. I mean, if you're gonna own guns, that's the way you gotta do it. Like, you be responsible about it. Don't be a fucking idiot about it.
That's it, guys.
Is this a Patreon stuff, or is this still the episode?
This is still the episode, but like that's anyways. All right, watch us.
Preview.
Watch us.
You'll get more of that.
Patreon.
Yeah.
Give me money.